présente en exclusivité le mercredi 5 février 1986, à partir de 22h15, une interview de Madonna.
Hello, c'est Madonna qui vous parle avec Stéphane en radio show.
Restez branchés sur 107.5 avec Madonna le mercredi 5 février à partir de 22h15.
J'adore radio show.
Vous qui avez toujours voulu tout savoir sur Madonna sans jamais oser le demander, n'oubliez pas ce rendez-vous sur Air Show dans City Rock Music avec Stephen. Air Show.
There's always a chance to meet me and I have many boyfriends.
Madonna sur Air Show 107.5, ce sera le mercredi 5 février à 22h15.
Okay, what have you done before singing?
Well, I went to school, and then when I was in school, growing up in Detroit, I studied to be a dancer, and then I came to New York City, and I was dancing professionally for 2 years. Then I met up with Patrick Hernandez. He had a very big record in the world called Born to Be Alive, do you know? And they were looking for singers and dancers to go on a world tour with him. So I went to the audition, and the record company saw me and they said, "Oh, we think you're really good. We don't want you to be behind Patrick Hernandez. We want you to come to Paris and we'll give you a recording contract and we'll make you a star." So that's the first time I came to Paris. And I lived here for 6 months on the Boulevard de Courcelles. But I never made a record because they were really busy with Patrick Hernandez. And they didn't know what direction they wanted me to go. I didn't know what direction musically I was going to go in because I hadn't written any songs yet. So I stayed here for a while, and then I decided it would be better if I went back to New York and really learned how to play instruments, and so I could write my own music and establish my own direction musically. So I came back to New York, and then I studied very hard on learning how to play guitar and piano and drums, everything. And then I started writing music, and I got my own band together, made a demo tape, took it around to the record companies, and got my record deal. Motown is a really big influence with me because I grew up in Detroit and I listened to all those old Motown groups. My older brothers were jazz musicians, so I have that influence. And basically those are the two major influences I have. So, yeah.
A few words about your style now.
It's my own style. Unique and original. You won't see it anywhere else.
Okay, I know that you're a fan of Africa Bambaataa, so can you talk about the breakdance and all the rappers in the street in New York?
Well, it's the only way to dance in New York. It's the best music. And it really, it's the newest thing going on right now. As far as new trends, new fads, new styles, everything is originating from rap, breakdancing, graffiti. It's all coming from the streets and it's influencing everyone.
If you have to stop your musical career now, Madonna, what you'll be able to do?
Anything I want. Anything I try to do.
Tout ce que je veux, tout ce que j'essaie de faire. Peux-tu me parler un petit peu de tes projets?
You talk about your project.
I just finished recording an album with Nile Rodgers of Chic. He produced David Bowie's last album. And there are 9 songs, and it's going to be released in August in the United States. I don't know when for Europe, but it's a much superior record. It's much better, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to do a video in Venice for the new record, and then I'm going on tour with a band in the fall for the world. Madonna, and when I'm in Paris, I listen to the radio show with Stefan.
Doing when you have some free time, when you're not recording, when you're not on tour, when you don't have any videos to do?
I go out dancing and listening to records. I go to clubs, go to movies, and I read a lot.
in the Time magazine they call you the new sex symbol. So I'd like to know if you don't have any boyfriends for all the people who are listening radio show tonight on 107.5, if they have maybe a chance one day to meet you.
There's always a chance to meet me, and I have many boyfriends.
We'll try to guess, Madonna. You know that there is a lot of songs from England with Simple Minds, Tall Talk, and also Tears for Fears who became very big in the States. So can you talk about this British invasion?
Well, there is a really big British influence on the American music market right now. But I think that Americans have always gone that way. They always, like, since the Beatles came over to the United States, there's always a British invasion of music, and then the Americans kind of learn from that and fight back, you know. So, but right now, I think that the sounds like, for instance, Africa Bambaataa, those are all American sounds. English people could never copy that, so we have our own things too.
The clubs or the discos in the States?
Well, the best clubs are in New York, and the best clubs in New York are places like the Roxy, where Africa Bambaataa is the DJ, or the Fun House, where Jelly Bean is the DJ, or Danceteria. That's where I met the DJ who made my first record, Everybody. Those are the best clubs in New York. And they're very good, and they're very dance-oriented. People go there to dance, really serious, to compete, breakdancing, everything.
Okay, I know that you're listening to a lot of black music and funk, but I'm sure that sometimes you also try to listening to another kind of music, so can you talk about it?
Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, Marlene Dietrich, Eartha Kitt, Brazilian Afro-Haitian music, a lot of different kinds.
Any French singers?
Yes. I can't, she's on Warner Brother Records now, I have to remember her name. But I forget. Don't be insulted.
No, we won't be insulted.
She's a French singer now, what is her name? I know Sylvie Vartan because I always read about her in magazines in America, but that's about it.
Can you talk about your career as a model for the fashion magazines?
Yeah, I've done a lot of things for English fashion magazines and a few magazines in America, Mademoiselle, Harper's Bazaar, magazines like that, yeah.
Okay, what could you say for all the people who are listening radio show tonight, 107.5, for the new year and for everybody, you know?
To take a holiday. and to never stop believing in yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madonna.